Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Guns don't decide to hurt others. People pull the trigger on guns. Guns can save lives. According to the FBI, there are an average of 40,000 burglaries every year. That's 40,000. That means that there's a burglary happening every 15 seconds. So let's pause. Up, another burglary. According to the FBI, there's also an average of about $1,675 lost per burglary. We can't sit here and let them take advantage of us. We need a way to protect ourselves. We have to stand up for ourselves. In 1791, our founding fathers had just won the war against their enemy with weapons, and they wrote the Second Amendment so that we could protect ourselves from our enemy. In the 21st century, our enemy is domestic crime. We should have the right to defend ourselves just as they did. We can't ban everything that can potentially hurt us because we'd have nothing left. Permits are long and difficult for those to protect us from those who shouldn't have guns. You have to have the sheriff clear you, you have to have a background check, you have to pay a fine, and then you have to pay another fine to actually buy the gun, like as you buy the gun. That means, and also if you want to carry the gun in public, you have to have a concealed carry permit, which is even harder to get. If you don't have a concealed carry permit, it's illegal to bring your gun outside of your home or your place of business. For a permit also, you have to wait 30 to 90 days before you can even get the permit so that they make sure that you are eligible for this. Automatic weapons were banned because they're so dangerous. And with that ban, there's been less crime. And automatic weapons were military grade, and the only people who have automatic weapons now are like military people who are retired, and they're like memorabilia for them. And so that helps people that was banned. But that's the only restrictions we need on guns, because people don't need automatic weapons. With normal weapons, we can protect ourselves for the cases that we need, and also for sport. People are already buying guns in case of a ban, so banning them will not protect anyone because they already have the guns. People want to feel safe. Taking that security away will anger people. I saw a video online that it was of these people in Afghanistan who were in this dirt shack, and they melted steel and they poured the steel into this cast of a gun, and they made a gun. That simple. Guns are tools. They are easy to make and have. We won't be able to stop the black market. In 2005, there was a Supreme Court ruling that the police aren't here to protect us. They're here to enforce the law. If the police won't protect us, who will? Don't let U.S. citizens be a target. Don't ban guns.
Go, your time is already going.
Okay, before I start off on talking about the bans, I'm going to talk about one of the recent mass murders. Not mass murders, but there was a murder in a school, right? So listen, 6-year-old boy, right, finds a pistol laying around. You know how 6-year-old boys are, right? Their tantrums along with the girls. Well, basically what happened was, they were walking in school, right, going up the stairs. He takes the pistol out, looks at a girl, and says to her, "I just don't like you." Shoots her in the right arm, and it penetrates her left ventricle. She's dead. Do you want to know how that happened? The gun wasn't, kept safe. So, how do you do that? You have to have greater restrictions, right? So, these popular gun communities, they don't even want background checks. And I also want to point out that we're not trying to ban guns, we just want tighter restrictions, okay? You need a better background check, and probably a more extensive one, because you can go anywhere and you can pretty much buy a gun, especially online. You don't even have to have a background check. And so, I would like to point out the Constitution specifically says, you know, for a well-guarded militia, you know, well-regulated militia, the guns need to be permitted. It doesn't really specify the citizens until later on, but concerning guns, it's talking about the militia too, right? And you know, it's extremely easy to get a gun anywhere you want. Like we did some research, right? And you could get, you know, a Dragunov, which would be one of the most, you know, a really high-powered rifle that's military grade. You could also get, you know, multiple machine guns, you know, including a Vulcan, which is, you know, the minigun, one of the biggest ones you can get. So I'm not really sure how the ban on automatic weapons is going, because like Leah said, you can't stop the black market and there will always be, so there should probably be some greater restrictions, right? I would also like to point out that, you know, we just kind of walk around freely. Like, I would like it if the concealed permits would only mean you have to keep it in your house, but unfortunately, you could go out, let's say you owned a shotgun or a rifle, the concealed permit would mean really carrying it on your person, or maybe leaving it in your car unattended. But, so let's say you wanted to go hunting or to a shooting range, you wouldn't need a concealed permit. All you would really need is a small background check. You could walk into any store you wanted, pretty much, like any sporting goods store, to buy a gun. Like, let's say you wanted to buy a rifle. My uncle bought a rifle a long time ago, right? So he bought it. He doesn't even need a yeah, sure.
You have to have, for like, most crimes are done with concealed weapons. How do you explain that for if you're talking about rifles?
Okay, well, I'm going to explain that they don't have a concealed permit because the restrictions aren't enough, and that's why I'm standing up here right now. But so basically, you could basically take. Really, you don't even need a concealed permit to really carry a pistol, unless if it's just in your house. I mean, so you could take a rifle out anywhere you wanted, and there are plenty of murders done with rifles too. I want to add. So we probably. No, thank you. We just need some better restrictions. All right, we've gone a little too lax in our country today on gun restrictions totally. That'll be all.
Thank you. 60 seconds until the next.